Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here trying to talk normal. I recorded a show. I recorded a tidbit earlier today, and I was a zombie. I didn't, I made no sense. Well, I kind of don't make sense in general, but it was more than usual. Just because I think what the past 5 months I've worked 6 days a week. I'm sure I've told you before. And when you work 6 days a week, the one day you have off isn't really a day off because, your body has to recover, all that jazz. Plus, my life is more important than the job. So I don't like not do the stuff that I want to do, like, so anyway, uh, but it just added up. So like, when I did the podcast, I was mumbling. It just made no sense. And so anyway, I think, and I say I think because I don't know. I think I slept for an hour or two today. I think because everything's a blur. The past like month, or I say 2 months, my days have been a blur, and I don't remember like what I did the day like yesterday. Like if someone asked me like, "Hey, like what'd you do yesterday?" I'd be like, "I don't remember." Wow. But anyway, so today, and if for those of you who've been listening from at least season what 4, know that I work at Target, but but I work at a different one now. Okay, but anyway, at the Target I work at, um, like big head honchos came to the store, and it was really funny because that's today is the first time I've seen a lot of people work. And I mean a lot of people work. I mean a lot of the people, like, like a lot of the managers. Um, Stores like Target have, you know, like 300 managers and only 100 workers. It's so, I mean, the middle management population of Target is insane. Like if if it was like up to the government, they would like force a lot of the middle management people to get sterilized so they wouldn't make any more. Yeah, it's a ridiculous epidemic. I mean, I've even I was offered a middle management job, and in my mind I'm like, um, yeah, that's not a promotion. That's just another that's like a dollar raise and more people trying to delegate their responsibility to you because you're, middle manager. But I said, oh, I can't because, I was in charge of my last job. I just can't do that. And that's code for me saying like, yeah, I'm not taking a step down. Like, like being in charge of a business to being a middle management, that's like a step down. I don't take steps down. I'd rather just do what I'm doing, which is like nothing, and I'm not bothered because I'm just like the low person on the totem pole. Responsibility does not fall upon me when like things like really need to be handled. When I say handled, meaning like when a big head honcho comes into the store, the blame is on the managers, not like the peons like me who just put stuff on a shelf. And granted, I just want to put stuff on a shelf. Now, if you want to give me a promotion, like I'll be in charge of the store. Like I'll do that. I'll do something I'm qualified for. And another thing is, take my advice, people. If you can get a job that you're overqualified for, do it. It's fun. You know. The only downside of my job is the schedule because we're understaffed, and the person who makes the schedule doesn't know how to make the schedule. So she just gives, if people have availability, she will give you 6 days. And then I've heard some people work 7 days a week. So there's people who even work more than me. But there's one thing that happens with this job. There's a lot of people who have quit because they work too much. And I'm like, well, I mean, granted, see, like, I could say, hey, I need days off because I feel horrible. But here's the thing. The job is so easy even though I'm a zombie, I like the fact that I can go to a job where apparently it doesn't matter if I fall asleep standing up. Because, I'm dozing off at work because, and like, I don't mind because, like, I'm not dozing off at home. I'm doing what I want at home. So it's the work that suffers, but it's like, whatever, it's their own doing. But once again, like, I am, smarter. Well, okay, how can I say this? I'm the smartest person in the room. So I'm not gonna like tell them, well, there's been several case studies where if you have people work 6, 7 days a week, their work production goes down. Ideally, you want to have people work 4 or 5 days a week. But that's just common sense. But the thing is, when you don't have work experience and you're not like like an intelligent person, you're not a well-rounded person. You don't understand that. Oh well, maybe people need a day off because they need a mental break, they need a physical break. But like, if you don't have a background of like actually working, you don't know these things. Or and you have to factor in a lack of intelligence. You have to factor in not caring. There's so many factors. So once again, it's great material to make fun of the situation, but and also I get to complain because like everyone complains at work, so like, I get to complain too. I'm like, well, I've this is my ninth day in a row. It's I'm probably gonna make mistakes. Like, I get to act like it's like a lot worse than it is. Um, but what it really is, I kind of just feel high all day. It's weird, and I'm not complaining. It's like this weird zombie like state because the job is easy. So you're just like, click click pop pop, whatever. I don't know why I'm saying that, but you just put stuff on a shelf. So it's not like I'm doing brain surgery, but mistakes are made because sometimes you're asleep doing it, and I have like woken up working. And it's so weird, and I've come home and not remembered work. Like, to me, that's a trip. That is an acid trip right there. Imagine like coming home from work and not remember working. I've done that so many times. It's not even funny, but it actually is funny, you know. And also the benefit of my job is I don't know if you recall, but the past 4 years I have been, and I'm sure I've said this before. I've been looking at YouTube and looking at people's like like diet and exercise programs, and like, as just because it's just a hobby, I will try what they're doing and see if it helps you lose weight. And then if it doesn't, I just switch to what I do. And I weigh 150. But like what I like to do, well, I currently weigh 150. But I like to, as you've seen in videos, I like to gain a bunch of weight and then lose the weight. So in the videos, you'll see that, like, oh, he's fat in this one. Oh, but he's skinny in this one. Yeah, it's because like I gain weight and then I lose it. But to lose it, I just try like a different exercise program, a different diet that I find on YouTube. It's just a hobby, and I don't know, like, it's just something to do. But everyone has their thing, so that's my thing. But no, but the cool thing is about at least this job, it's like kind of physical. So like I incorporate that I incorporate it with my exercises. So it's almost like not a job in a sense. Like I'm like burning calories. I don't know. Like, the reason why you do things sometimes doesn't matter as long as you get the results. I'm that kind of person. Okay. But anyway, seeing, and this is sad, seeing the top, like 4 people in the store work for the first time, and I've been working there for like 6 months now, like 6 days a week. Today was the first time I saw the head of the store do anything, like literally. And when I looked at her, I'm like, oh, this is weird. I've never seen her work before, and that's sad. If you, because like, this is a blue collar job. If you look at someone at a blue collar job and you're like, wow, this is the first time I've seen you work, that person should be fired. I mean, I'm sorry, because you're setting a bad example. Me, I've been in charge of a few businesses. I worked because you have to set the example. If you just tell people what to do, they don't you know they start to resent you. If you want to like really have a good workforce, a good morale, do some work. but don't do it once every 2 weeks. Like, okay, you're in charge. Maybe like work 3 days out the weekend. I guess the other whatever days you work there, like piss off in your office and just laugh and tell jokes and talk about novellas. You know, seriously, you got. But see, the thing is, the average person isn't smart or lacks common sense. So it is what it is. But people like me, hey, who should be in charge don't want to be in charge because the people underneath us are going to be people like this. So it's there's nothing worse than being in charge of people who just don't want to work. Because I would be above all these people because obviously I'm a superior human being. And I know what you're saying, but it's true. But anyway, I just think it's really sad. How do you like go to work and not understand the basics of, if I'm the boss, I should probably work a little to set the example. Every little thing that could be done, she tries to get someone else to do it. She'll like walk by an aisle and whatever, there'll be like something on the shelf that's like not done right. Instead of like just fixing it, what'll take 2 minutes, she will call someone and stop them from their task to have them do this task that would have taken 2 minutes. It just throws things off. Like if you need help for every little thing you're doing the wrong job. Like, not everything is a two-person job, but if you make it a two-person job, you're like, I don't know, like you're just like extra weight, on a sprinter. Like, you're useless. In fact, you're harming the situation. You know. And like I even told one of the people, I'm like, this is a one person job. I'm gonna go do something else. And they're like, I'm like, you gotta do some fucking work, you know? And it's like you can sense the people in charge, like you can sense a few of them are like children and they don't know what they're doing. Even though they're in an adult body, they don't know what they're doing. Or they're just waiting to say something, like give a command, but it's something you're already doing. Like I do the same thing every day basically. So like, someone telling me to do whatever, like push a basket. I'm just making something up. I push baskets every day. Well, I don't, but I push baskets every day. So if someone in charge goes, "Hey Frank, can you push that basket?" I'm be like, "Sure," but I do this every day. But I guess you're just trying to make sure get your I'm in charge points, and I'm working. I told him to do something, and that's just pathetic. But people like that don't last long. But also, people like me probably don't last long because it's like, it's obvious I'm smarter and better looking than 80% of the human population. I'm really high right now, so just ignore everything I just said. Like last, like 14 minutes. Okay? Um, I think my favorite thing about my job is buying new clothes. Like skinnier clothes because like everyone in my job's getting fatter and fatter. I'm getting skinnier and skinnier. Yeah, so like, I'm wearing medium shirts now. Oh God. Seriously, there's some people at my job. They could be three of me. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.